Welcome to Hello Monday, where Rachel talks all things ballet and fitness, sharing strategies and techniques to help you start, grow, and create a thriving business using your passion for ballet and fitness. And here's your host, Rachel Withers.
Hi there, and welcome to another Hello Monday. Gosh, they come around so fast, they really do. Well, hello and welcome to the Ballet Fitness Rooms, and on Hello Monday we talk all that is ballet, all that is fitness, all that is dance, and all that is really about having a business where you can pursue your passion and really make a difference and make a contribution. And as always, and I'm just going to change so that I can see comments coming through. Please say hello. You always know I love to know who I'm chatting to. Say hello. Want to see lots of comments coming through tonight, really about the topic that we're going to be talking about, which is design our life or design your life. And it's really about, hi Deborah, hi Debbie. It's really about thinking about how to design your life the way you want it, how to really have the fitness business the way you want it. Hi Nicola, great to have you here. And really, we're going to think of strategies and techniques to really help you and support you so that you can really think about how you actually want your fitness business to run so that it actually supports the kind of lifestyle that you want to. And today I have got a really incredible guest with me on Hello Monday. I have Adele from Pure Body by Adele. Adele runs a really successful women's wellness health business. She's incredible. Her knowledge is amazing. I've known Adele now for a good few years, and I'm just super excited to have her joining us tonight. So just before I bring Adele onto the show, just really to say, each and every one of us, we have a vision. We have a vision for our future. And really, it's important that we use that vision, what we dream of. It's important that we turn it into a reality. And this is what we're really going to be talking about tonight, is about how to turn your vision into a reality and really how to do that so that you can really design the life, design the fitness business that you really want, and make sure that that fitness business is working for you in all aspects of your life. So that is what we're going to be really talking about tonight, because you all have a gift, you all have a passion, and the truth is that you would really be robbing yourself if you didn't use that gift, if you didn't use that passion. So we're here, this is what we're going to be talking about tonight, is really how you can use your gift, your passion, really design your life, design your fitness business the way that you want so that you can make a real difference, make a contribution and add value to the world. So I'm just going to say, hi Mandy, great to have you here. Super. Hi Nancy, great to have you here. So I'm now going to invite Adele, and we're going to get started. Hi Adele, great to have you. Great to have you on.
Thank you. Lovely to be here. Thank you very much.
So I think before we kind of really get started on talking about kind of designing your life, your fitness business, and how that really can work for you, it'd be just great for the listeners to really know a little bit about you, what you're doing, and that would be just fantastic.
Yeah, sure, no problem. So I have been in the health and wellness industry for about 25 years, which is insane when you think how quickly time has gone. I'm also a paediatric nurse. I've been a nurse for 20 years as well. And I have been a dancer, ballet dancer in my previous years, in my teens, moving into contemporary and modern and a bit of tap. So I've always been really interested in the health and fitness side. When I was nursing, I carried on teaching all the way through my nurse training, and I'm still a nurse now. So I work as a school nurse now, which has been great because it fits in well with my family. I have two teenage daughters, 16 and 18-year-olds, so they keep me busy, keep me on my toes. And yeah, Pure Body has grown and evolved over the years. I started out by teaching good old exercise to music classes, so step, but went into the Les Mills arena and the body pump stuff and spinning and literally everything. So you name it, I think I have probably taught it at some point over the years. When I had my girls, I carried on teaching, and I was teaching insanely back-to-back lessons until I was 39 weeks pregnant with my first child. And unfortunately, after I'd had her, didn't have a huge amount of postnatal advice and care. And even as a nurse, you're dealing with little people, you're not dealing with women who are postnatal. So I started to get a really keen interest in how to look after my body, because I went back into teaching quite quickly and was fortunate not to suffer with any women's health issues. And incredibly lucky. And I do think the fitness element in my background had helped my body stay really strong. And I'd started to take Pilates classes when I was pregnant. So that definitely helped me. But I had lots of friends and clients who hadn't been as fortunate and had suffered quite a lot with postnatal issues, especially with pelvic floor concerns. So they, if they sneezed or coughed or ran for the bus, they'd accidentally have a leak, etc., which wasn't something you wanted. And a lot of women who had tummy gaps, so diastasis. So my business kind of went through an interesting transition from teaching fitness classes to carrying on with the fitness, but incorporating a lot of the women's wellness work, which I still do now. And along the way, I've added in other bits and pieces. So I'm a massage therapist, just doing my medical acupuncture at the moment, which is quite interesting. Added in teaching yoga and barre, and obviously ballet fitness, and nutrition. So it's kind of like a really holistic package that I offer to my lovely ladies.
And
that's me.
They're absolutely loving it, aren't they? They're really
they're happy, and and it's been technology such as this has been a godsend for us over the last 14 months, because we've managed to carry on being present with each other, and for me to be able to support them, especially when they're still going through lots of their transitional times with healing their body, to be able to connect still and teach the classes and teach the wonderful Ballet Be Fit. I mean, I've absolutely loved being able to teach my classes and reaching people that you've not ever met before from different parts of the country. And I have ladies in Lithuania who come into classes, so it's like really nice that you can have that huge external reach of people as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I will just say that we're actually working quite closely together on a really quite exciting project, everybody, which I'm not going to announce it tonight, but with Adele's experience on her, all the kind of female issues that we've kind of just lightly touched upon, we're actually just putting something together that we will be kind of launching fairly soon. But so keep your eyes peeled for that, guys, because it's going to be super exciting, and it really will help with the audience, with your clients that you are really teaching and delivering to, because you found very much, haven't you, Adele, sort of packaging the Ballet Be Fit with the women's wellness has really worked exceptionally well for you.
Yes, it has. And I've had amazing support obviously from Rachel with the mentorship program that she runs, just finding a way to integrate all of my skills, because when I feel, and I know Rachel, I've had this conversation lots of times, that because I've got quite a varied skill set, which I want to bring in together as one package, it's having somebody else give you a little bit more direction, because when you're looking at it yourself, you kind of tend to get lost in the weeds a bit. So having Rachel there to mentor me, as you know, I'm so grateful for the work we've done together to show you a way to bring it into a package that is sustainable for you to continue to do, and also is attractive to the people that you're serving.
Absolutely.
It's good.
Yeah, it is. And I think this is where we can kind of really, in a way, sort of move on to, I think one of the aspects when we talk about kind of designing our fitness business, designing the life that we want, we really sometimes don't think about the money element. We think about our passion. We think about, how wonderful, we're going to be really pursuing our passion. But it's really as well about how to focus on that money element of your business, and that really is about kind of thinking about how much do you need to earn, how much do you want to earn, the ways that you want to kind of deliver your classes. Is it online, in studio? Is it events? Is it workshops? Is it boot camps? Whatever that is. And kind of, have you got any sort of tips that you found along the way with your experiences that you could really kind of share with the guys?
Yeah, so it's in this day and age, as we probably all appreciate, it can be quite tricky to find the right market. So I have tried to really nurture the clients that I have with me now, and they've been really loyal at staying with me, especially during the pandemic, which is fantastic. And obviously prices and ways of delivering classes have slightly altered. But I found that by offering them maybe a Q&A session as well as a class, either a Q&A session before the class or after the class, just offering them taster sessions of different services that you offer them has been really helpful to keep people's not necessarily their interest, but to offer them something extra, so they feel like they're getting more from you, and that you are there to support them, and that it's not just seen as a business from your side as the instructor or the business owner. It feels like you're really creating a community. And I've always welcomed positive feedback or any feedback from my clients, and we've tried to do like Zoom calls where we just chat to each other about how we've been, and not anything to do with teaching a class, but just chatting with each other. We've, when we could, we used to meet up and go for walks in the park.
That's nice.
Sessions, where we've done a couple of gin and yin sessions.
Oh, now that's really nice. That sounds good to me.
A quick bit of yoga. This is when we were able to meet last summer. A quick bit of yoga, and then a nice glass of gin after in someone's garden. So, that kind of thing. And it's just making them know that you're there to support them, but obviously keeping the boundaries between yourself and the clients, because as much as I'd love to be there 24/7, obviously you've got to make sure that at some point when to close shop, and when to say, okay, I'm available until 6 o'clock tonight on my WhatsApp group if you need me. And I try to class myself as a women's health ambassador as well as a fitness professional. So creating more open spaces where you can have like an at-home retreat. So you're doing like a chat on Zoom, and then we do like a 20-minute Zen class, and then you go back to having a bit more of a chat. And it's just trying to get them to feel comfortable amongst themselves within their community, so they also then can support each other. And some of the ladies I've got with me have been with me for, one lady's been with me for 16 years. And that's amazing, which is fantastic. And she's been brilliant. I haven't seen her as much in lockdown because she wasn't overly keen on Zoom, but she's coming back to live classes, and it's just keeping that communication going, and trying to and making time to listen to what they need. And I always say to people, I'm available on email if you ever need anything. And a couple of my ladies have called me when they've had a really bad time, and it's just being supportive outside of the fitness stuff, but also, like I say, knowing when you need to look after yourself as well, which is really important.
No, it is important. And I think obviously boundaries are important. I think being a female woman wellness ambassador is incredible, and everybody is going, sounds amazing, fantastic, love it, like it. Well, we're going to be sharing with in a few weeks' time, in a month's time, we're going to be sharing how you can do that too. But I think the word listen is so important, and being there for them, because your clients come to you because they have a problem that they want to solve. They have a desired result that they want, and which is important to them. So to know that you believe that it is important to you too is really the way to keep your clients. And if you have a client for 16 years, you must most certainly have nailed the client retention. I think I think you've got a star for paying attention. Absolutely. But it is about that listening. And I think, especially right now in the female sort of space, it's very hard for women because we're juggling, jobs, we're juggling the household, we're juggling everything. We're trying to do a fitness. We see these, this has kind of gone a bit off track of what we're talking about, but we see the celebrities that appear to have all of it. And for women these days, it's so hard to just be comfortable in your own skin. And I think all that you're doing is really enabling women to get to understand the health, get to understand the fitness, but also it's so much more than that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is completely. And I think it's trying to give the women permission to understand that they don't have to be the same as the next person. And I am more than happy if I'm teaching a class to say, I can really feel this as well. I've never wanted to be seen like a diva in terms of, you have to be doing exactly what I'm doing, and you're not allowed to show how you're feeling. And if you're finding it tough, you've got to suck it up. I've never ever wanted to teach that way because I don't feel it's actually realistic. I like to stay quite true to the classes that I teach as well. So I see lots of fusion classes happening, and I think that confuses people with regards to what they wish to get out of their fitness. So I try to make it quite clear that teaching a classical Pilates class, this is what we're doing. Teaching a bar class, this is what we'll be doing. But never at any point are they to feel as though anybody else is at a higher level or lower level to them, trying to keep it really inclusive. Yeah. And as you say, really listening to what they need. And if some classes they're finding it too hard, finding it too fast, then it's actually getting them to feedback to me and know that it's a safe space to say that, and to say it in the class as well. There've been times when I've been teaching a bar class, and you can just see that the exercise is just killing people. So yeah. I'm happy to stop and say, you know what, let's just change it. It doesn't matter. Let's just throw that routine out the window. Let's just scrap that plan. We'll just move on to something else. And I think it's making them feel they can have that confidence to trust you as well, to trust that you're not going to make them feel silly. And I think with women, especially teaching different age groups, and a lot of my women, I've been teaching them, some of them prenatally, and now some of the kids are maybe 10, 11. So again, have taught them through all those different life stages. Yes. As we are getting older, it's making them understand that you can still be fit and healthy, and your body might have slightly changed and be slightly different, but that doesn't mean you can't be healthy, fit, look good, feel good. And it's not about the aesthetics of what you look like. For me, it's more to do with the athleticism of how they feel. It's taking each body as it is, and that's why I kind of call it pure body, because I'm sure that I'm not a person that feels I have to have a pure body in terms of I drink red wine, and I don't have a lot of sugar, but I do like a glass of wine, and I never want people to be misconstrued about what pure body means. The reason I called it that is because I teach pure classes in terms of I like to keep them true to their essence, and also it's about your body. So I put it together, the pure body, but it's our body. Everybody's different. Each body has to go through different transitions in life. So you do what you can, and it's to make your body be the best for what you have. So it's always letting people understand that, and listening to them as well, and just adapting as we change through the different life cycles.
I think it can be, and it can be so. I think it can be so difficult for women as they change through those different life cycles. I think it kind of just the different, it's kind of like every decade there's a different thing that sort of springs up on you that you've kind of got to go through as a woman. And I think having that space, and your classes not having, in your packages and all that you offer, having the simplicity about what you're delivering, so that they know what. It's really good as a client, as a customer, to know actually what you're going to, that you understand what you're attending, you understand what you're going to get out of it. And I think the approach of being very true to the form that you're delivering at the time, is whatever class that may be, means that it enables your clients to really feel exceptionally safe and exceptionally comfortable in where they're at, and knowing we say we like surprises, but I don't actually think we do we?
I think you're right, it's true. And I like to put different choreography and different exercises into each class if I can, just to keep the interest going. But I like to keep the similarity. We try and keep a structure sometimes, and then sometimes we mix it up a bit. So for a bar class, we'll start with a warm up, and then we might just, if I feel people are a bit lethargic on that day, rather than going straight into the weight section, we'll do abs, and they're like, oh my god, but it gets it out of the way, and also, I work in my nursing job, and I teach in the evenings when I'm home. I've come home, I've sorted out the kids, I've taken the dog for a walk. So there's some nights when I'm tired, and there are some nights when you end up coming out with ridiculous phrases and comments and saying things that you wish to God you could take back, because it's completely faux pas and seriously embarrassing. But I'm more than happy to just laugh at myself. And I hope that makes people see that I'm quite real, and I'm just like them. I've been to lots of classes where I felt as though I can't get my leg high enough, my turnout's not good enough, and I can't stop because I look like I'm too weak. But I've just never want people to feel that way, and I just, there have been times when things happen, especially on Zoom, when the Zoom cuts out, or your kids nick Spotify, and that's always happening. My daughter's always my Spotify, and so some ridiculous rap music comes on whilst we're in a nice chill down, and it's all that stuff, and you just got to try and keep quite calm with it all. And I just literally, as you can probably tell, I laugh at myself quite a lot in the classes, but and I just enjoy making them feel energized. And even if I'm knackered at the beginning of the lesson, I feel energized at the end of it. And like I was just saying, it's life cycles or stages. I find it really tricky. I don't ever want to really say in your third stage of life or your third age of life, because I think that puts not a negative connotation on the changes we have in our lives, but it makes it a title, and it makes it, I know the words like perimenopause and menopause are official names and titles, but I try and avoid using them as much as possible, because we know it happens in life. We don't need to be reminded. It's inevitable. We can't run away from it. But it's kind of trying to make light of it in a sympathetic way, and just make people feel that they can continue being fit, doing a bit of cardio work, being energetic, stopping if they need to. And as the instructor, sometimes it's quite nice just walking up to the Zoom camera and having a quick peek, because you're literally on your last legs, and grabbing a glass of water whilst watching them. So a little sneaky tip.
Let me just look at your technique.
Exactly. You're like, goodness, like a half a second break. So just keeping that realism like a thing. And I think I just massively veered off on a tangent there, so sorry.
No, it's fine. And I'm seeing lots of comments coming through, and everybody's saying they love your ethos, and really about how Rebecca's saying definitely the every 7-year change in lifestyle. Somebody's saying that the 50s are quite a challenge. I haven't got the name hasn't come through. Nancy's saying about really, it's about working with the energy in a room, and it's called, Nancy also says she calls it yoga practice, not yoga perfect. Debbie's saying it's about being human, and really about being it's about being human, isn't it? It's about being real. It's about being us. And we're getting lots and lots of likes and smileys. We're getting a lot through here. And if we go back to kind of the conversation that we kind of talk about tonight, really, you have thought about your business, and you have thought about, and we're talking about the money point of view, you've thought about your business, you've thought about the clients, you've thought about the services really that you're offering, and then you've thought about the type of income you want from your business, and then you've packaged it to work for you. That's the way you've really kind of done your processes, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I've done a little bit of reverse processing as well, which I know we talked about, Rachel, in our mentorship. And sometimes when you are starting your business out, you can't see the wood for the trees and the money blocks you. And you're thinking, how on earth am I going to make this a sustainable job, sustainable income? And I know for myself, I think very far into the future, and then I get worried that I'm not going to be able to hit those targets. So things that obviously we've talked about in our mentorship sessions are getting a monthly target, in your head, and getting and not being fearful of hitting that target, because some months you'll hit it, some months you'll over exceed what you're expecting to get, and there are some months when you might have a quieter income stream, but you know that you've got the ability there to continue to offer these services. So I have done a couple of things over the last few years, and especially actually during lockdown, where I want to, over the next 5 years, I thought I gave a big 5-year plan going. Yeah.
I love 5-year plans.
Yeah, they go so fast. Is to become fully self-employed and just serve the women that I want to work with. But at the moment, because my eldest is about to go off to uni in September, I can't believe I'm saying those words. I love my nursing. I'm keeping a bit of part-time employment alongside my fitness business. And again, when we're talking about the reverse processing, it's knowing how much you need to earn per month as a ballpark. Yeah. And sometimes I think it's a good idea to overestimate what you need, because then if you need to have your core financing you need to pay for. So it's working out your essentials, as I'm sure we all do anyway. And it's making sure that you can work out per hour, this is what I've learned to do, what you need to earn, which includes your planning before your sessions, the delivery of your sessions, any note taking after your sessions, especially if you're doing any one-to-one teaching or coaching, the travel time that's included, and you want to come out with a ballpoint hourly rate that you want to get. And it's starting those processes, it's having a figure in mind, and then reverse processing to see how much you need that month and how many clients you need. And it's just working out like those logistics and having it written down somewhere and trying to stay within those margins, and how many private clients you may need, how many group classes you may need, and it's having that idea in your mind. And I'm a massive believer in visualization. I've got my Marla beads on, which I literally am wearing constantly at the moment, because I really do think visualization and making it really specific can hugely help you. Mindset over your money is massive. And again, Rachel and I have talked about this in my mentorship sessions, and I can tell you they've been invaluable. And all the support I get from obviously Sarah and Kate and everybody else, it's, the whole Ballet Be Fit team I know that many times I've emailed Rachel and I've just gone, oh my God, what do you think about this? And it's having someone bring you back into reality sometimes, which I know I'm good at going off. But yeah, it's just having that target in your mind, and being comfortable also to not have to explain to clients why you charge what you charge, being confident to say, this is what I charge. And then if they ask you why, you can explain, well, I offer you this service. It's not about, well, I want to make this much per hour. It's being confident in your ability to say, well, I can give you this. And, and one thing I've learned as well is when somebody wants to work in business with you, you tell them the price and you then go quiet. You let them digest it. You don't say, oh, it's £50 because da 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 da. You just say, oh, it's £50, and then wait. Because I like to, explain why. But it seems to work. It seems they take time to digest, and then they come back to you. So yeah, it's just confidence, I think, and money mindset is huge. definitely.
It is. It's having the right money mindset. It's understanding that you are worth what you're going to charge, and you know that because you've done your homework. You know where you are in the marketplace. You know that you offer something different, something specialized, and by having that confidence in what you're delivering, by knowing that, then you can charge more. You can be confident with that, and yet silence is key. It is not to over explain what you're delivering. It's to go, it is this, and this is where I think, and I've touched on this. This is where it's important to understand who your ideal client is. They've got to want to pay you for your service. It's not about trying to reach out to everybody in a hope that they're going to pay you. It's about thinking about who your clients are. Are you meeting their needs? And is it important enough for them? Is their problem important enough for them to want to solve it so that they are wanting to pay you? And that's where having that whole really focused on designing your business right from the beginning and designing what you're offering and designing the right clients is going to mean that you're not going to have that same money struggles, because it's set up right from the beginning, and you're not trying to just get anybody through the doors, that because you're going to get, if you do it that way, you're going to get people through your doors that actually don't see your value, don't see your contribution, and then you do lose confidence. It's about standing firm and going, this is what I'm going to deliver. This is how I'm going to be delivering it, and be effective in how then you can be effective in how you market to those clients as well, because you understand them, and that way you can charge what you're worth. And it's important to do so. The business has got to work for you at the end of the day, hasn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah, and it does. And like you say, it's trying to fit it. It's trying to adapt it around your lifestyle. And I mean, like I said, I've been teaching since, I think 1995 or whatever time, maybe how I think it was then. And obviously things have changed in terms of my direction in my business. And I was guilty, and Rachel, sometimes I still am, of trying to want to help everybody. And because I know that I've got all these different things I can use these different skills. I've done a lot of work, obviously, with yourself and on my own, trying to find that niche. And I still work on it, and it's getting clearer and better. And like you say, you've got to think about you as an individual. What makes you have a USP? What makes you be unique to the person who maybe is teaching down the road to you? And it's also making sure that you don't come outside of your self-beliefs in terms of what the amount of hours you want to work. And when I became more self-employed just before COVID hit, I was spending hours and hours doing social media work and trying to reach so many different people, and it wasn't as effective as it could have been, because I was way too broad. And I did feel as though I was spending all hours of the day on my laptop working, and I did have to take a step back and take a check of myself and think, this is not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to help other women, also to build a sustainable business, but sustainable not just financially, but for my life and also my family. Because there's no point you burning out if then you can't be there for not just your clients, but your family as well. One of my big whys has always been to show my children that you can work hard and be successful, and you can have downtime, and you can do what you want to do, and you can be who you want to be. And there was probably a few months where I didn't have that downtime. So it was remembering all of the things that we're talking about why did I start to design this business, and I lost my way slightly. And I think it was quite scary, because obviously COVID suddenly hit just as I'd launched a couple of my other services. So we were all quite frightened, I think, in the fitness industry, because we weren't sure how things were going to work, how direction things were going to go in. but it is,
Absolutely.
yeah, totally. And then obviously we adapted and things were fine, but it is keeping true to why you designed this business in the first place, for your lifestyle. Because if you're de-energized and flat yourself, how can you possibly deliver and give the energy to others? And like you said, they come to you with a problem, and it's making sure that you don't make it about you, because if you're exhausted, that's gonna feed back onto others. And you know, if you feel like you can't give yourself headspace to clear your own mind and have your own mental energy, how are you going to be able to help other people with their problems? And you know, I think a lot of it is simplifying things down. You know, my website was quite busy, and I've really brought it down to make it, and I think still work can be done on it, to make it clear that I am helping you. You know, this is your pain point. I can help you with this pain point. But it's also then remembering that I have to think about making sure I haven't got that pain point, because then I'm helping anybody else. So yeah, the work-life balance is huge, and it's something that you must incorporate into designing your own business. Absolutely.
Definitely. And I really like when you and we'll go into kind of the work-life balance a little bit more, but it's about not being broad, it's about depth, it's making that depth. And I know that we really spoke about what your mission statement was, who you were delivering to, and then you're getting the message. We're going deeper into where you're going, rather than that breadth that where you're not really targeting any, you know, kind of anywhere. And then I do think it is so important to, as we're touching upon now, is really design your business, design your life, so that you've got those boundaries of how many hours are you going to spend on. Be strict with yourself, really, and discipline yourself to go, these are my hours of work, this is what I'm going to be doing, I have this downtime. And you know, really plan that out and make sure that, you know, that you spend time with your family. I know I think lockdown's been quite difficult in the fact that you can feel that you've got your family around you, but actually you're not spending time with them. And I can say that I was slightly guilty of that, really, in the early stages of lockdown. More last year, I started to channel, because there wasn't much, you know, kind of much else to do, was there? But you know, it's me and my two kids, and mine are 19 and 20, and they'd say, we're not talking, we're in different rooms, and we're not having that time together, because sometimes you get too absorbed into everything else. So it is really important to kind of go, no, I'm finishing tonight. It's so easy to go, I'll just reply to that email, I'll just finish that off. Oh, a message has just come through, I'll just answer that. And you can be even kind of, we have our phones, don't we, and something pings through and you think, I'll just answer that. And actually then you've removed yourself from your family time or your time with your friends. And it's about having that discipline, really, to kind of go, no, actually it's time to stop now. And Nicola is just sharing with us that she throws herself into things and then she burns out, so she has to be aware to rest and try not to do too much at once. And I think that's where it comes in what you were saying, Adele, about setting your tasks and setting what your objectives are for each month, and setting your targets for each month, and being realistic about it. I think you should always be over ambitious you should always stretch yourself. We want to stretch ourselves out of the comfort zone to get where we need to be, but at the same time it really is about going, this is stage 1, this is stage 2, and this is stage 3, whatever it is, and do it that way, instead of going, next week I'm going to have my fitness business up and running, I'm going to have like 100 clients, all in, all done. You can't. And I'll have my social media going out on every single platform. Focus on one social media platform, focus on another, isn't it? And I know we've talked about that a lot, really.
Yeah, we have, and it's trying to not look at others as well, and look at other businesses, because you don't know how long they have been building this business. Because often you see all of a sudden someone's got this amazing product or offering that they've launched, but it could have taken them 5 years to get there. And you look at it and think, oh my goodness, I want to do that. And then that can sometimes get you into a bit of a tailspin, which then takes you away more from your family time and knowing that you need to stop at a certain point. And, you know, even now when I get emails coming through, if, you know, you're just checking emails, which you never should do before you go to bed, and I'm guilty of sometimes, and you'll see an email come up, somebody asking you a question about a class or a private session. It's like, I'm not answering it. I'm not going to do that, because I need a clear headspace, and I need to think about when I've got available time to see them. Because one thing that I know I've done in the past, when I've been so pleased that I've got people that are working with me, I've overcommitted, and then I've ended up having no spare time to have downtime to process the work I've done with them. And so, you know, you sometimes, especially when you're first starting out, or you feel like you're competing against others who are nearby, because we all have competition, which is healthy. You worry that if you don't say, yes, I'm free tomorrow, straight away, that they may move on to other people. But you have to stay with that confidence in yourself that they came to you for a reason. And, you know, if they see your value, they will wait for you. And you know, I've learned to be more honest to myself and say, I can't take anybody else now for the next 2 weeks. I'll explain to people that I have these free slots available, and it's sticking to those slots that you offer. Yeah. Because in the past, I was so keen to say, oh, when are you free? And they might say, oh, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. And then you think, I don't want to do that, but I don't want to say no, because I asked you that question. So now I send them available times that I have and say, which of these fit for you? Rather than, so you have to make sure you feel confident to take control of that part of your business too, and, you know when you want to say no, and
absolutely
not about saying no, because, you know, you've got to, you can't fit everything into everything, and especially if, like myself, you only have at the moment a couple of days that I dedicate 2 days a week, 2.5 days a week to my business, and a couple of evenings a week, and then obviously the other times I'm doing my nursing job. You can't overload yourself, because then you can't deliver quality. And, you know, it's remembering it's not the quantity, it's the quality that you want to deliver. And so there's just lots of things to consider, and you just gotta, that's why you need the headspace, I think, to sit down and think about it and just let yourself breathe, because otherwise it just gets so overwhelming that even though you might not have physical burnout, you can get emotional burnout so quickly. And that goes against the reason why you started it in the first place. So, you know, it's kind of like bring it back. Yeah. So
it really does. I think it does. And I'll go from a sales point of view here. Just a tip is, if you kind of hold back and make the client think that you're thinking, oh, well, actually, are they a good fit for my business? People naturally want what they can't have. And it's that psychological kind of technique that you can use if you are so offering all the time. Again, it doesn't give the right message to your clients, and it completely devalues you. It completely does that. And it's about, these are my terms, and it's whether you fit right for my business as a client, that we are a good fit. It's about being a good fit together, because if you're not, then you're not going to serve them properly anyway, because you will be burned out because you're doing too much, or you'll just be at the end of the day thinking, oh, here's my 8 o'clock client, here's my 9 o'clock client, oh, I'm shattered. You're just not going to deliver. So it's about that. And I think I find when you step back and go, well, this is what I can offer for you, have a think about it. If it's not right for you, that's okay, that's fine. Come back to me maybe in a couple of months' time when maybe it is right for you. Reach back to me. But you can't be always giving. There is the boundaries, and everybody's saying, Mandy's saying know when to say no. Deb is saying so true. You don't want to end up kind of hating your business, do you? You don't want to resent your business. You don't want to resent your clients because you're delivering things that you didn't set out to do, really.
Exactly. And what I've started to do in the last 6 months or so is exactly like you're saying, Rachel, to find out whether I'm compatible with the client, because especially it's slightly different in a group class, because you have a different energy that you give to the class. I mean, you always give the same energy, but it's a different energy and it's a different feedback that you get from them. But if you're working on a one-to-one basis, and especially with women's health, where you do have very frank questions about things, you literally know everything about them in certain aspects. And I think for me specifically, because I do say on my website that I am a nurse, people open up even more, which is brilliant. But you have a very intimate relationship in a sense, so you have to feel confident that you can be honest with them, and that they need to feel they can be confident with you. And so what I do now, and have done for a while, is I do a 15-minute free consultation on Zoom. I send them a health questionnaire form first, which again is very detailed about not just their fitness, but their women's health side of things, a lot of medical questions. And then we have the 15-minute consultation. And if they don't like the way that I speak about things, or that I feel that they're not giving me the true story, and I then know that I could give them a million different exercises, a million different techniques, and they're never going to go away and do it. They're never going to go away and do their homework, so they're not going to get the results. Sometimes you can sense that with people straight away. I don't want them then coming to me and giving me their money to then walk away without a result, because I don't want them to have not gained anything. And also, from a business point of view, it's not good for your business.
No.
Someone said, oh, well, I went to Adele and I did this 6-week course and nothing changed. That doesn't reflect well on you. But it could be because they weren't doing the exercises and the work at home.
They weren't committed.
They weren't committed. And exactly, you have to feel that you've got their commitment, and they have to feel they've got your commitment and, your energy and your trust. So having the 15-minute consultations, I think, are great for me, because, you can't see a person's personality or feel it in an email. And I know that's often how we work. And everybody has a different way of contacting people. And I've just found that with us all, a lot of us now being more comfortable to be on Zoom and Teams or whatever, that it's helped to get that deeper connection for me with my clients. And it's actually shown me that niche can be, such an important thing, that, I've had a couple of women in the past who have come to me for different services, and they've tried to decrease the cost by at least half of what I'm asking them or telling them or explaining to them the cost of it. And I felt as though they weren't seeing the true value of what they were going to be gaining. And in the end, we didn't work together because I just didn't feel that they had the commitment. And it's knowing that perhaps that wasn't my ideal client after all, and I need to then reflect on that and see what it was that didn't make us compatible. And it takes time, and I think it's always a work in progress as well. And
it is a work in progress. I can see the sun shining on my face. I'm going like, it is a work in progress. And even from a class point of view, if you've got a client coming to your doing one class and then missing for a while, you're saving that space for that particular client, which you could be offering it to somebody else. A conversation needs to be had, saying, are you truly committed to attending these classes? Because you're not going to get the most out of these classes if you come one week, not another week. Then you might come for 3. I'm holding the space for you're attending. I can't offer it to somebody else. It's all of that, whether it's on a one-to-one or in a class. The client has to be committed to wanting to get the result that you're offering. Otherwise, they're going to, it just isn't good for your business, really.
No, exactly. And because even before COVID, I mean, at the moment in the class we can only have 6 people in a lot of the studio spaces that I work in. But even before that, I didn't really like going above 10 would be an absolute maximum.
Yeah.
But I always liked about 8 people in my class, because you can give them that more bespoke attention. And like you say, if you've got a couple of clients who you haven't seen for a while, you've got people who want to stay loyal to the clients you've had, but then you don't want to stop other people coming in that need to be within that fitness group. And it's not just maybe for their fitness, they might need it for their mental health and their socialization. They might not have anybody else at home, so you have to think about all of those factors. That's absolutely right. You need to make sure that the clients you have feel they want to be there, and they maybe have a target in mind that they want to reach.
Yeah. I think we might have just. Yeah, we've got you back. I think we lost a bit of connection there. I think we've got you back now.
Back again. Sorry. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. So yeah, it's like you say, to keep that communication going with your clients is crucial for many reasons.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. And I've just got a question through, and I'm just going to read this out, and it's from Mandy. And you could probably best answer this rather than me, actually, Adele. I won't put in "I'm an ex-nurse" on my site. Is this wrong or a good thing? Not to get too personal. What's your thoughts on that?
Do you know, Mandy, it's one of those things where I had someone call me the other day. They'd been walking randomly. They'd been walking. I live near Hampton Court Palace, so they'd been walking past the palace. They'd seen an exercise session outside, and she'd Googled Pilates classes in the local area, and mine came up, and she liked the fact that I said I was a nurse on there, and she said she felt more confident with somebody who had a medical background and a medical knowledge, because she just felt safer that if she had an issue for whatever reason, that I would hopefully have a bit more knowledge maybe than some other people. So I don't think it would be wrong to put it on there. I think actually it would, even though you may not be working in the profession now, you've still got the knowledge and the experience of being a nurse in the past. And people do like to find comfort and safety and trust in people. So I think it would benefit you by putting it on there. I don't see how it would be incorrect or too much information to give people, because they sometimes people like to have that understanding, that people understand more about your body, more about the anatomy side of things. But also likewise, I guess it depends on what your business is and what it is you're promoting, the area that you specifically work in, because I know I'm aware that many instructors may not have medical backgrounds. They may specialize in just one discipline, and it's not necessarily the medical side of things that make my business how it is. It's the way that you're delivering your service and what the services you're offering to people. And the nursing bit just fits in nicely with the fact I do women's health. And I think that helps my side of the business, because we do talk quite medically about their conditions, and I work a lot with women's health physios, so I've got a lot of connection that way through my medical side. But if you don't have that part of your business, then you may not find that having the nurse element there is going to be any more supportive for you. I don't know if that answers your question, but
I think Mandy, let us know if that's really helped you. Realistically, it's your choice as to how it fits or doesn't fit for your business, Mandy. But Adele's experience, she's found, is really had a benefit for her business to say that she's the nurse. So it's how it works. It again depends on the clients that you are hoping to want to attract for your business, and really seeing if it's something that's relevant to actually add onto your message and how you're going to deliver. So I hope that helps you, Mandy. Let us know if it has. That would be good to know. So I think we'll kind of just move on to one other sort of area, I think, in terms of designing your kind of business. We've talked about really your budget, your finances. We've talked about getting the balance between your professional and your personal life in terms of family. I think the next kind of thing to really think about is just your environment, because that fits in really with the balance of how often and where and how you're delivering. So what's your experiences? What have you found? And I think lockdowns changed our thoughts on the work environment in fitness quite a bit, really.
Yeah, it definitely has. I mean, I before obviously COVID, I was always in a studio, and I teach in a lovely studio not far away, which has got lots of parking, and it's really nice and light and airy, and it is nice, and it's a place that my clients like to come. But then obviously when lockdown happened and we transitioned straight away onto Zoom, it's incredible how much people have actually adapted so well to that. And the way forward for my business is I'm going to do a hybrid of both, because I do have some clients who they're not necessarily fearful of coming back into a studio, but they've just found it a lot more convenient to be at home. If they're late from work, they don't have to worry about getting to the class, getting stuck in traffic. I offer them the option of, if they want to do some classes on Zoom, they can. If they want to come into the studio, they can. It's obviously two different price brackets, and I have explained to them that if they want to do that, they probably will have to purchase a packet of both.
Yeah.
A certain period of time, because otherwise logistically for your business it's going to be really complicated. Or you offer another package where you have a package where you offer 6 classes, 3 are online and 3 are in person. So and I think it's keeping that flexibility, if you want to, obviously, of offering the 2 different environments. So being back in studio, if for people that want to be there, and still offering them the option of a Zoom as well, or whatever live stream you use, because I have found that it's as much as it's nice to have a lovely studio around you, it's more about the connection between your clients. It's more about how you deliver the classes. It's more about keeping the energy up in whichever platform you're using. It's about making sure people understand they don't need a huge amount of space necessarily to be in the classes. Yeah. And we've created some really interesting props out of stuff at home, using towels and bottles of water and tin cans and paper plates and all sorts of different things, and dressing gown ropes and lots of
like that one.
yeah lots of things that you can use to have accessible fitness. And I think it's made it interesting to show people that you can accessibly access fitness from your own home without having to spend a fortune on particular props and equipment, because you can use what you have and you can still get the same fitness benefits from it. And like I said before, it's about the emotional connection with people. It's about them having that contact, even if it is on a screen. They may not have spoken to anybody all day, and then they see people, and they can have a chat, and it's nice to have a chat before and after the class, for 5 minutes. Obviously you've got to keep your boundaries for your time and everything. So exactly 2 hours after your class. But, so I think I've done, a couple of surveys with my ladies, and we haven't gone back into studio yet, even though we could have done from the 17th, because some of them just aren't ready to go back yet. And some of them just need to get over the feeling of not being lazy, they've told me. And lazy in how so can they be bothered to get in a car and drive to the studio? So I think they're psyching themselves up to get back into that. But but yeah, it's great to know that in both environments you can offer a really successful service to them. And yeah, it is different when you can't see them in the flesh and you can't adjust them, but it's worked, and it's worked well, and the business has grown, which is great.
That's fantastic. It's fantastic. So before we say kind of good night tonight, I'm just going to kind of recap, and then I'm going to ask Adele just to tell you listeners where you can kind of reach out to Adele if you want to attend any of her classes or packages. So really think about when you are designing your life, designing your business, think about your finances, think about your money, really think about that business, what you need in, think about the cost, think about how that's going to, is it a part-time business, that fitness business that you're doing, aside, is it going to be full-time? Really think about the long-term goal of your business. Then think about kind of how that impacts on your personal life. How often do you want to see your friends and your family? Make sure that you have your boundaries with your clients. Really think about that, and then make sure that the environment that you're working in works for you. Make sure, is it in the studio? Is it online? Is it a combination of both? And really think about all of that and look at all those areas, and then put them together and look at the end goal and really how you want to design your fitness business. Who are your clients? Why are you doing it? And think of those areas of your business. And then you can get the solid foundations to start a business that you can really grow and scale on your own terms, because that's what it's all about. It has to be on your terms so you don't get burnout. So I hope, guys, that you have really, and Mandy's just, Mandy's saying thank you. It really did help. So Mandy's thank you for that, Adele. Amanda said your advice really did help there. So before we close tonight's Hello Monday, it'd be great, Adele, if you could just kind of tell everybody how they can reach out to you.
Yeah, of course. So it's Pure Body by Adele is my website. So www.pureBodyByAdele.co.uk. I'm on Instagram with the same tagline, whatever, what it's called.
I'll just ask the team, can you put Adele's website into the comments box so everybody can see, please? That would be fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I teach in 2 different places. So I don't know if anybody is near me in Surrey. Thames Ditton in a studio there, and also starting from next week in East Molesey, which is just down the road, and also on Zoom. So I'm going to keep teaching on Zoom. So offering all my services on there, plus the one-to-one on Zoom as well. If anybody wanted any work for their pelvic floor health. Yes.
Well, I know Adele is amazing at what she does. Truly amazing. And as I say, Adele and myself have kind of really worked together for a good couple of years now. I think it's flown, and it has flown. And so I would really like to say a massive thank you for you joining me tonight. You've been inspiring. Everybody's saying what an inspiration you are, and thank you for the talk. We've had a really good session.
Thank you very much for having me as well. Great to be here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Right. So just before we close, we won't be having a Hello Monday next week because I believe it's a bank holiday, and I'm going to set my boundaries. My boundaries are I'm having a break on bank holiday Monday. So there you go. You see, I'm doing what I teach. Also, what I would love to say to you is, I know a lot of you were there at the challenge. I do have a really exciting opportunity for you if you would like to write a chapter in my latest book, which is really going to be incredible. You get the opportunity to tell your story, you get the opportunity to say why you do your passion, and you get the opportunity to really share with the readers some strategies. This is a great opportunity for you to get your name, to be the expert out there. We provide a media page for you. We provide press releases for you. This is a fantastic opportunity. We're going to put a link in here for you. I know that been on for an hour, so I'm not going to go into it fully. If you are interested, if you ever have wanted to be an author, if you've ever wanted to have a bestseller, because we will have a bestseller with this, the book is Don't Wait in the Wings. Check out the link there, have a look at it, DM me, message the team. We will give you the details. We have we've got an incredible group of ladies already going to be writing chapters in the book. We've not got many spaces left. So if you are wanting to do this, if it is something that you want to do, please step out of your comfort zone, take action. I'm going to say, don't wait in the wings, step out onto center stage and let us know, and we can really help you. And then the next thing I'm just going to really say to you is right now, I have my amazing journal and planner that will really help you get organized. It's got monthly to-do list for you. It talks about social media. It talks about really manifesting the life of your dreams. So check out that planner. We'll put the link in there. It's on the shop. We've been talking about being organized. We've been talking about designing your life, your fitness business. That is really one for you as well. So, and as always, check out our membership. If you're not an instructor, check out what we do. Message. We're really here to support you. So thank you, everybody. Hi, Rosa. Good to see you. So I would like to say a massive thank you to you all for joining us tonight on our Hello Monday. A massive thank you to Adele. She has been absolutely incredible. And we will see you not next week, but the week after for another Hello Monday. Take care. Check everything out in the Bally Fitness rooms. Everything's in there for you. Lots of training, lots of information. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your evening, day, afternoon, whatever. All right. Look after yourselves, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Hello Monday. Be sure to visit the Bally Fitness Room to join the conversation, access the show notes, and discover our fantastic bonus content. Join us next time for more tips and techniques. Bye for now.